All right, y'all. This is how this is going to work today. I'm going to try to address the chat as much as I can, especially during commercial breaks. I make no other promises beyond that. Our main goal, though, we do see the comments there, so that's good. Okay, good. Beyond that, you're going to see a lot of pacing and a lot of reacting. We already got about 1.7, almost 2 miles in already, just from moving around in the basement. There may be some times in which you see me leave frame. If I do, don't be worried. I will simply be doing laps around the basement as I do. Takes about 10 seconds. I guess we'll do one right now, is to just kind of run you through trial run. And well, there we go. Okay, see, nothing crazy. Yeah, I can't get. You can't tell heart rate on the. Oh, maybe you can. Okay, let's see. I thought you could get heart rate data on the iPhone. I could be wrong. Unable to show the game live. I don't have rights to that. It will simply be a live stream reaction. Yeah, I know on the Apple Watch you can. I'm creating as much room for myself. You know, for a guy, I'm 150 pounds, roughly, probably maybe a little less. For somebody who's of relatively tiny stature, I fill up a lot of space because I move around a lot. And that's going to show itself today for sure. Look, man, if it works for Cleveland, it works. You think you have a secret weapon. I guess I get it. In principle, I think it's pretty whack to have a guy start his major league career in the postseason. Now, again, look, if he has a big game, then they all look like geniuses. I understand, but that's a tough ask for him. And look, they do a good job with their player development, right? I'm sure he's probably going to be a wonderful player. It's not meant to be any indictment on his future. But it's a tough ask. It's a tough ask. I've been no free plugs, but you guys know those Mayo, I think, water enhancers. I've been putting them in my water. I can't do straight water. Like, it's boring to me. And there's a few different variations that they have that's like basically an energy shot. And that shit will perk you up in a second. I've been drinking Celsius too. No, because when I go on my walks, I have it, I triangulate it so that like I hit a gas station or a convenience store every few miles. And so then I grab a Celsius or, something like that. All right. Lock in, folks. Yesterday, to our credit, we started out with a run in the first inning, which we hadn't done in fucking months. Is this the first stream from the start since game 1 against LA? Yeah, I haven't done them in a while. Look, you got to take advantage of the postseason any way you can. I'm not in a great financial situation right now where I could be at the ball game and doing vlogs. So I feel like this is kind of the next best thing. So who's calling me? Why would somebody be calling me during? Hello? Oh, shut up. God, call me during the fucking play. All right, here we go. Strike 1 to Park. So this is the guy to me who's such a question mark. Parker Meadows was a late bloomer in the minor leagues too. And God, we've seen it in bits and pieces, but he's just so damn inconsistent. Run it out, run it out, run it out. Yeah, attaboy. Wow, that looked like an injury there. Okay, I feel like I've been saying this for months. Can you at least consider putting Parker Meadows in motion here? I mean, this team does not swipe bags. Z-Mac's the only guy who can consistently swipe bags, and even he, I don't think, has a ton. Parker's the fastest guy on the team. That's a good start, though. That's a good start. I don't think, and now I don't know, Rocchio throwing it from his ass. I don't know if he would have been able to get him, but good start. Look, Bybee is significantly more hittable than Williams is, and I know Williams has had his issues with strike throwing in the past as well. But we hit Bybee in the postseason last year a little bit. I have MSU fan. I have comments on my StreamYard, so I can read them on both. They go directly to my feed on here. All right, this is another guy. Set the table so well in the early part of the season. Back. All right, that's one disengagement. I like it. All right, sandals are coming off. My feet are already sweaty. Strike. That's an out. Lose it in the sun. Lose it in the sun. Lose it in the sun. Oh, he did! Oh, my God! Hey, that's why you don't have a guy making his debut. That's why you don't have a guy making his debut. You could tell he was struggling with it. It looked like he found the ball at the last second. I guess he did. It just came out of his glove. That poor guy. I mean, I'm glad it happened because it's my team, but dude, that has to be an empty fucking feeling, man. Hey, that's another error for them, okay? Buddy, you've got an infield single and an error. Let's go. Outside. That's strike. Good pitch. God damn it, Carey. Get out, get out, get out. Get out, get out. Whew! That wind took that the last second. I thought that was staying in. All right, good take. You got to think with Carey, at some point, they're going to go with that fastball up. I mean, that's his. It's weird because that's simultaneously his hot zone, but also his chase rate, or like his chase zone. You know, you got to get it well above the zone because he can tomahawk it, but. All right, good battle here. That was not a great pitch. That's what he was trying to do there. He was trying to go upstairs with the fastball. That was borderline. If he throws that pitch again, he might crush it. If it's in the same location. All right, keep fighting it. You want production, but this isn't encouraging at bat from him. He's had some really baffling ABs. All right, come on. Come on. Don't swing at some horse shit. He's been chasing that pitch a lot. Oh, perfect pitch. Fuck. Going to work. Fuck. He's turning. He's got this hobby syndrome, man. Where anything that's away, he's going to chase and he's going to dip that shoulder and he's going to be off balance. And then you just go heat upstairs. It's just. His approach baffles me sometimes because I can't figure out what his approach is. You know, if you're there looking for heater, you got it there. You know, I think he just has a lot of trouble recognizing spin. That's up. Okay. No. Very, very early, but a positive sign is that we have not chased that particular pitch. Nope, didn't go. Okay. That was a hittable pitch, too. Okay, here's one thing I'll say. Riley had a better day yesterday. On base twice. Outside. Good take. Good take. Ripped a double, scored a run. I talk about the heart of the order, and the heart of the order is extremely important. But he's the most important piece of this. This is, look, I focus on the strikeouts and everything. What is so baffling to me about Riley is how consistently he swings and misses at strike one. Like, God, annoys the fuck out of me. Let's go. It's 97, baby. He'll go off speed now and try to bury him. Okay, one high. Fuck you. You made Bybee work. That's a plus, right? Over 20 pitches. Look, yesterday was awesome. You had to win yesterday. But I did, even in my excitement after yesterday's win, come on here and say that you need your offense to be better. You need your offense to improve. And this is where, look, I mean, Glaber didn't do anything special, right? Glaber put the ball in play. And these contact teams, we've seen it with Cleveland. You're not giving yourself a chance when your 3, 4, 5 hitters are not putting the fucking ball in play. I mean, maddening. And it gives them momentum. And momentum exists in this sport. People try to act like it doesn't. These fucking analytics nerds act like it doesn't. It makes, I mean, look, every inning's important, but it makes this inning extremely important. You have given them momentum. And that happened in points yesterday, too. And what's-his-face shut him down. Scooble. Not what's-his-face. Greatest pitcher in the world, but oh, 1. All right. Oh. Don't fucking hit him. Calm down. He better go away with this pitch. Yeah, he did. Okay. It looks like he's setting up away again. Call it. Call it. You got it. It's Z-Mac. All right. Good job. 1-0. Give it to him. Might have missed. It's borderline. That one was down. And it was borderline, but Ding didn't frame it well. All right, good job. Look, Mize, I mean, you guys know this. Mize doesn't have a fastball where you can just pipe it down the middle and guys can miss. I mean, Scubo can get away with that. You know, right? 10 pitches in, he's working the edge as well so far. And that's a good pitch. It's 95 up in the zone, actually out of the zone. That's a good splitter, though. It's a well-executed pitch. That's the thing. Like they have a low batting average, but they foul off a lot of pitches. They battle. Down. It's gone. Fuck. .81.5 mile per hour home run. Jesus. Start. Wasn't a terrible pitch. He probably wanted it a little bit more up. I'd have to look at the replay and see where Ding was set up, but down. Charge it. All right. Look, guys, I feel like I find myself defending the pitchers more than not, but and I brought it up with Scooble. I brought it up with all these guys. The number of times, I mean, this pitching staff has been asked to put up zeros after wasting opportunities offensively. Like, you're leaving these guys no room for error. You know, I don't think Casey looks that bad right now. Okay, I mean, obviously 1 inning in, but see, is that in play? I think that'll probably get out. Yeah. Who's due up next inning? Winsell, Dingler, McKinstry. Winsell's been striking out a lot. Yeah, now all of a sudden the pitch count's elevated. He's so weird because honestly, and I'm not the first person to point this out, it's 2-2 here. Foul. I thought Casey, his last outing, was as good as he could be. I mean, he was economical. He was throwing strikes. He was missing bats. Pitched into the 7th. It's really baffling how, you just never know what Jack's the same way. You just never know what version of him you're going to get. Man, it's annoying. It's the 25th pitch of the inning. Fuck. We might get a lot of Milton today. We might get a lot of Holton today. He hit that well. Okay. Whew. This is a weird park, and I like Progressive Field, but it's a weird park where like there's certain areas where it's super hitter friendly. No joke, guys. When was the last time we fucking Hobby hit a home run in the last game? Jesus, fuck. Fuck. That's up. All right. This is a guy I like a lot. I wish I could properly explain what's happened to him over the last few weeks. I mean, I don't know what's happened to him is what's happened to everybody else. Here's 1-2 here. That's up. All right. It doesn't feel like we're chasing. I mean, the 3 pitches that we struck out on were all in the zone. Now I said he'll probably fucking chase this pitch. I'll look like an idiot. No, I fouled it off. All right, that was in the zone too. You got a piece of that shit. Well, that was a tough pitch, but hey, I'm not gonna. If you're chasing and making contact, I'm not gonna get as upset with you. Caught that one. Hit it hard. It's an. I feel like this happened the last time we faced Bybee, which was he wasn't overpowering us necessarily. We were working counts. We just couldn't get the big hit, which has been a running theme for a month and a half, but all right, come on, Ding. That's in there. You know, it's funny. I'm with every guy that comes to the plate, I'm fighting the urge not to say, God, this guy's really got to get going because the entire offense is struggling. I think with like Parker, Glaber, Riley, Carey, Wenzel, and now Dingler, every one of them I've had that thought. And some of them I've just said it out loud. Jesus. Back to chasing. He got a piece of that. Yeah, you went really outside with that one. One thing about the Guardians bullpen, does their pen get tired? I swear to God, I've seen Gaddis and Cade Smith. These guys have pitched every fucking day. Every day. God damn it. That's another fucking pitch in the zone. Down. I take it Hobby's playing today, right? Hobby's got to be batting ninth. I swear to fuck, he's got Trey Sweeney playing. Okay, yeah, it's Hobby. That's a good pitch. You know, Brendan, that's a good point that especially our lefties, one of the big neutralizers seems to be those cutters up and in. That's a ground ball, run it out. good play. I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but hear me out. I'm starting to have more faith in Javi than I am almost anyone in this lineup. Because Javi Baez is stupid enough to throw his bat at those pitches that are a foot off the plate and occasionally make contact. I feel better about him getting lucky and slapping a single or two like he did yesterday than I do Riley Green hitting a pitch in the zone. Like, it's, I don't know, there's pitchers who are good. Like yesterday, guys, Skubal just had it. Skubal had everything. He would give them fastballs in the zone they'd miss, and then they'd try to sit on a fastball and give him changeup. He was just filthy. When you're getting 2-2 and you got cutters and breaking balls that are over the heart of the plate, and you got guys missing, all right, big inning here. Got to keep the pitch count down. I mean, look, we got not lucky. I mean, Skubal did his thing, but we used 2 pitchers yesterday. So I can't imagine, even though there is technically a tomorrow, even if we lose, I can't imagine he's going to have Casey on a super long leash. Everyone will be available. They're not chasing that splitter early on. He's thrown a few good ones, a few borderline ones. Yeah, all right, oh boy. Wow, that's good. That had some ride on it. That was well inside, and he swung and missed. All right. Give it to him. Yeah, that's in there. Good job. you know, and I'll answer that in a second, Clayton. It's a pop up. Don't drop. Okay, I thought that was going to be some bullshit. Good play. I think AJ's whole philosophy, and look, he's made it work. He's been incredibly successful. He's very, very, highly talked about in Major League Baseball. But I think his whole thing is I don't need to tell these guys what to do. If Riley Green's striking out a bunch of times, I don't need to go up to him and say, hey, stop striking out. If we lose 13 of our last 16, I don't need to call a team meeting and be like, hey, that's a good first pitch there. And say, hey, stop losing. They know what they're doing wrong. I think that I don't need you throwing chairs. I think that there is something to be said about a little bit more accountability. But with Sun, hopefully he can finish this guy here. That's up. What is very surprising and very frustrating to me is the fact that for a majority of this season offensively, that's a good sequence there. They called fall. Oh shit. No, that hit dirt. Yeah. Barely got a fucking piece of that. So. Come on. Let's go. It's his first fucking at bat. Don't walk this fucking guy. Let's go. Oh, fuck. I mean, I think he threw 3-4 straight splitters to him, and I think he got away. I'll have to check the sequencing, but he threw one more. Fucking what the fuck do I know? It seems like he feels good with that pitch right now. I would keep throwing it. Inside. That's a good splitter. Make a play. You got it. That's fair, right? All right, good job. All right. Somebody asked what I think about the name change. It's one of those things that I would not consider myself a woke person, but I do think it's important to look at things from the other side and be like, if I was Native American, how would I feel about this stuff? I understand why they changed it. I don't think Indians is that horribly offensive or really offensive. I think the Chief Wahoo logo was the definite problem there. You know, I mean, that's a full-blown cartoonish caricature of a of someone who's Native American. I understand the principle behind changing that. I'm also, I don't care that much about team nicknames as other people do. Like, I remember when this was in its, I think it was around the COVID era, where there was really a push to change that name. And people were in my mentions being like, yeah, well, what if the Tigers traded or changed their name from the Tigers to something else? I'd be like, I wouldn't care. The important part to me is the Detroit part. It'd be weird, right? And that's the other thing is I like Progressive Field. I think that they have a good color scheme. The Cleveland rebrand as a whole is very lazy. The logo, which is just a C, is pretty lazy. It honestly looks like a default logo. Like if you had to make a team on MLB The Show and they just gave you a logo to start with. I think that's fair. Like I honestly think, and it's a different circumstance somewhat, but I actually think the Washington Commanders rebrand, at least in terms of the look of their, is pretty cool. It's not amazing. But for some reason, the W on the helmet works a lot better than the C on Cleveland's caps does. I don't know why. All right, here's our boy. Obviously, I know. He offered, right? Yeah. Oh, my God, dude. Watch him hang a breaking ball and go deep. You know what? He put it in play. I mean, low bar, but holy shit, dude. Strike. Run it out. Get down. All right, good swing. Hold one, hold one, hold one. It's a good cut. Good job. I mean, that's really, I think that was a breaking ball. That's no different than the breaking balls he threw in the first inning. We were just swinging and missing at those for some reason. Go. All right, that's a freebie. Base hit drives him in. Unless he's slow as fuck and he gets thrown out. But Jesus fuck, dude. Someone's asking what's wrong with Carey. Look, I think that Carey, everybody likes Carey because he's kind of this underdog story, and he kind of came out of nowhere, and at a time where Green and Torkelson, who are these highly touted prospects, were really struggling. He was just kind of hitting, and he was also, there was this mystery element to him about how they'd only play him against righties and he'd crush righties. Carey's a fine player, and he's going to be in the league for a long time because he's got legitimate pop. He does not have a great feel for the strike zone. And I think it is, and we're seeing this, tenfold here in the postseason, is the fact that Scott Harris has a lot of Alavila's guys. And I don't think Harris would have drafted Carey Carpenter. I don't think he would have drafted some of these guys or developed some of these guys if he was here when Avila was, because Carey swings at everything. And look, bat will find barrel. He'll make hard contact, but he'll go through these stretches where, he's popping up, he's swinging and missing. I was never under the belief that Carey was some, diamond in the rough future star. I think he's a fine hitter. I think he'll continue to be a fine hitter. But much like Green or these guys, or any one of these guys in his lineup, there's holes in his swing. 9-1-2 here. Good job. Yeah, look, Colt Keith has been very inconsistent too, but Colt Keith is also, it's his second season, in the minors or in the majors. He's had a fine year. I think one of the reasons they extended Colt Keith is that Colt Keith overlaps with a lot of what Scott Harris is looking for as a player. At least he was in the minors. I mean, the strikeout rate has been up a little bit. I still really like Colt Keith. I think that I have a hard time getting a gauge on what his ceiling is because get foul. Okay. Because I just don't know where his power's at. I don't know if he's going to be a 20 home run guy or not. If he can be, he's a heart of the order guy. He's a pest. But again, you have these, he'll have these long stretches of inconsistency. But there's this weird thing. I've been a Colt Keith guy since he was in the minors. I still like Keith. Popped him up. All right. Call it. Got it, Hobby. God, that fucking sun is really bothering them. All right. My only defense to that, Justin, is that a lot of these guys on the major league team are still not Scott Harris players. Now you think they adjust, but like, Javi's not going to adjust. He's fucking Javi Baez. Get there. Hey, good job, Casey. All right, that's good. Settled in a little bit now. Yeah, let me see how many we are. We're at 2.1 miles. That is not all from this stream. We had about a mile plus in before the stream. Sean, I was thinking about that the other day. And I'm far enough removed from my time there and that time in my life where I can, I think, have more of an accurate assessment. And it's just, look, when you're just not doing well, the littlest thing will set you off. Have you guys ever seen that movie, The Wrestler, with Mickey Rourke? This is going to sound like a weird transition, but he's working, I think, in a deli in that movie. And there's a part where there's this old woman. It's kind of funny, but it's pretty fucked up, where there's this old woman who's like, hey, can I get some potato salad? And he puts potato salad in the thing, and he goes, here you go. She goes, oh, that's too much potato salad. And he goes, okay, I'll take some out. She goes, oh, that's not enough potato salad. And that repeats like 3 or 4 times until you see Mickey Rourke's just fuming. And then the next guy comes in and goes, hey, I've seen you. Are you the wrestler? You're the Ram. You're Randy the Ram. And then he just has a fucking meltdown. I think slices his finger on a deli slicer. The point is, the littlest thing when you're not in a good mood can set you off. And sometimes people, and I've been this guy before, sometimes people are just looking for things to be upset about. You learn. But I guess probably the best and worst thing about what I do is that it's documented, and you guys can see that, we're trying to be better. It's tough. That was a really, really, really tough time. God damn it. Every count is fucking 0-2. So the next time we catch up to a fastball will be the first. Yeah, I mean, we haven't caught up to anything. I mean, he's had breaking balls in the zone that we've missed. I mean, good take. That's 3 pitches in a row. He's tried to beat him with that. I think it was cutter all 3 times. Fourth time's the charm. Fuck. Outside. All right. Fucking God. Oh! He ain't that fucking good. What the fuck is that? That's a changeup. Bounced. Fucking bounced. How the fuck do you take that pitch on 1-2, which is like 3-4 inches off the plate, fastball at 96, and you're swinging at 1? Nothing about this guy makes any sense to me, man. He's going down again. I think he's going hook. Okay, yeah, he buried that one. Good. I actually saw I saw a nailer make the look like he went hook like that. 3-2. I mean, I don't fucking know. This is where Bybee is admittedly pretty good, just because you can't sit heater. He's got multiple pitches he can throw in the zone here, and we have multiple pitches that we can swing and miss at. So get down. Oh, go two. You slow fuck. You better get there. Oh my God, you're fucking slow. All right, man. Jesus Christ. I thought he was going to be halfway to second base by the time that thing got past him. All right, that's some pretty good at-bats for Riley the last few days. All right, better. That's out, right? That better get out. Okay. It is, look, people say all the time, you got to be careful with Riley. He's 24. And I understand that. I do. But shouldn't a 24-year-old show a little bit more athleticism? I mean, that got to the wall past the right fielder, and I was worried he was going to get thrown out. All right, who is it now? Ding. I shouldn't be too hard on him. The guy it's one of the hardest hit balls of the day. Here's what I'll say. Except for Torkelson. It feels like second time through the order, we've had a little bit more success just making contact. All right, come on, dang. That's striking him. I mean, there's nothing you can do with that shit. That's a fucking perfect pitch. Strike. Yeah, I mean, that's literally probably 3 perfect pitches. 2 were called strikes, but fuck. Good take. That's out, right? Yeah. He's battling. Ding in this at-bat has not been given a good pitch to hit. Everything's been on the corners. Good take. Come on. Throw a heater. Throw a fastball. Catch up to a fastball. All right, good take. Hey, hold. All right, good job. Need you, Z-Mac. McKinstry did last season in the postseason go deep against Cleveland at Comerica Park. I know Bybee started that game. I don't know if that particular home run was off of Bybee. But yeah, that's an answer to a trivia question, guys. Who's the last Tiger to hit a home run postseason at Comerica Park? Like Victor did it in Game 4 against the A's in 2013, and we had to wait 11 years, and it was Zach McKinstry was the next one. Golly, man. Why do I do this to my fucking self, man? Jesus. Outside. We'll see if it carries over between innings, but it looks like he's starting to lose the zone a little bit. He's not crisp with that breaking stuff. They're not chasing it. That's a good pitch, though. Nothing you can do with that. That's a good breaking ball. First 2 pitches away to Z-Mac. Let's see if he sets up there again. Looks like it. That's up. All right, attaboy. Come on, load up now, man. Let's go. Perfect fucking pitch. God. You just don't feel good when it gets to 2 strikes, man. Up. Good take. Come on. Okay, well, you know Javi ain't drawing a walk. Of course. Well, why wouldn't it be biased? I mean, really. Strike. Get through. Yeah, Javi, come on. Get 3. Yeah, come on. Let's go. Tack on now. What a swing. Fuck. He's out. That's really close. The run will count. Oh, that's so close. I think they'll. That's so hard to tell if he's on there. I don't know. I think he's out. The call was safe. I think he's out, but I don't know. baby! Look, guys, I really, really don't like to claim luck with any team. You know, I think it's very easy when you're consistently losing to the same group over and over to say, oh, they got lucky. Oh, they got lucky. Eventually, a team is just good. Okay. I don't think I'm out of line for saying that the sheer amount of random shit that happens here when we play Cleveland is well beyond that of a normal team. Okay. Every so often, right, you're going to have a swinging bunt. Every so often, you know, there's going to be the other team's going to make an error. I mean, you were waiting a year and a half to get the big hit. You got the big hit and you still had a runner thrown out. I mean, just. All right, now you got to settle in now. That was a long wait between innings. Oh, whew. All right, let's go. Come on. Do not fucking walk this idiot. Do not walk this idiot. Whoa, he's done. Manzaro does left. You got to think Holton's coming in, right? Yeah, well, pitch count. The pitch count doesn't mean anything in the postseason. Fucking unbelievable that he walked the leadoff guy. What a dolt. And how many times have we done that in the last few weeks? You know, this is supposed to be, this is why, okay, when people have tried to get me to criticize Chris Vetter, and I can't really bring myself to do it, because when you are a pitching coach, you have a philosophy. And if you're not abiding by that philosophy, then get fucked. All right, we need good Holton. I get it. I get it. Holton's been great against the Guardians. It's a string of lefties. You know, Mize had nibbled a lot. He wasn't awful by any means. You know, that's the life of a manager. I mean, if it doesn't work, everyone's going to talk about how terrible it is. But, you know, I didn't get the impression Mize was exactly rolling. In fact, he fucking walked the leadoff guy. So it's not. Strike. The only concern is just like, if you play tomorrow, turn two, sweet. He played that perfectly. See, it all works out. Easy. Do you stretch Holton 2 innings? They're going to. Let me check the lineup here. Okay, so Arias is on deck. He's righty. And then after that, it's lefty, lefty. They're going to stretch him a while, dude. Yeah, I bet they give him at least 2 innings. Strike. That's outside. Good play. Is Bybee done? Top of the order up. He was really laboring that last frame. Yeah, let me see. I'm trying to see if they've updated. Looks like he's still out there. All right. Up to 2.3 miles. Good pitch. Yeah, it just goes, you bring that up, Matt. It just goes to show how weird bullpens can be, because I remember at the beginning of the year, the opening series of the year, people were talking about how terrible the Cubs bullpen was, and it was bad. Like that opening series against Arizona was god awful. Now it's full studs. It's over a long season. You drop guys, you add guys. You develop, you call guys up. A bullpen can go from totally unreliable to extremely reliable in, a matter of weeks. Did he go? Yeah, fuck. Again, it's just baffling how the bottom of our order can be making him work and grind out at bats, and our 7, 8, 9 guys are seeing it well. And then the top of the order is just, that was outside. That was a hometown call. That was feeding off the energy of the crowd. It's a little bit outside. He wanted to call strike 3. Oh, that's outside. Okay. There we are. You know, I understand the name of the game is bat speed and exit velo. That was 93.5, you know, off the bat. Carey's at his best when he's just like swinging easy. You know, you can tell in at bats when he's just hacking and hacking and hacking and hacking. It's just ridiculous. Now this is the guy. I don't know with this fucking guy. You would just love for Torque to have a moment like what Javi had, where it's just like, dude, get a fucking cement mixing slider and a cement mixer slider and just nuke it. But you just never feel good in these situations. Okay, though that's up. All right. If he throws him anything in the zone, Torque's going to have the biggest. When I say biggest, I mean like he might pull, his arms might rip out of his socket on this swing. Up. Yeah, don't call that shit. All right. I'm not giving him green light here. I'm making him throw a strike. I would imagine this is his last hitter. I don't think they've showed anybody warming up. That's up. That's up. Okay. Are they going lefty? Got to imagine it's lefty for Riley. No, you're not taking out green. Little sidebar here, but looks like the Batman Part 2 is going to cast somebody to play the role of Amadeus Arkham. Pretty cool. I think that it's very important. Matt Reeves really kind of dive into the corruption in Gotham. Arkham, obviously, a staple of the Batman universe. I have no issue with it. You know, we're still today. I think we're 2 years away from Batman Part 2. Batman Part 2 is going to be 5 years removed from the first one, man. Fuck. I'm going to be old, man. I'm going to be. Oh no, I won't be 35. I'll be 32, but still. You didn't make us wait. if they stick with the lefty, I don't know how they're going to play it, but if they stick with the lefty in the next inning, I'm talking Cleveland pitching wise. You're not going to pinch hit. No, I mean, you're probably only going to pinch hit Jemai for carry. Maybe Parker as well, but you're not going to pinch hit him for Wenzel because he's switch. Dingler obviously not. Z-Mac obviously not. Baez no. Yeah, to be honest, Nick, that one, look, he made contact. Small miracles, I guess. Whatever. He flew out. The hitting's hard. Like, what about Andy for Z-Mac? That would be more likely because you would need an infielder at that point. Again, I don't know if their plan is to stick with the lefty. They probably will. I don't know. I mean, next is Perez is up next. I don't know. It's a game of the management world of baseball, my friends. It's tough. Oh. Good pitch. Backdoor cutter. So. Hey, good job. I'm not going to show it because this is a family program, but my feet are so insanely pale compared to the rest of my legs. It literally looks like a different person. Oh, all right, come on. He's getting ahead. I like it. Foot reveal, Castellani. Yeah, they look better. I do not have great feet. In the summer they look awful because what happens is, and I'm giving away. I'm oversharing here, but in the summer I get really bad blisters. And then I work them out after that. They look good after that. Just because your feet kind of get used to them. And then, so they look okay now, but like in July, it's a fucking war zone. It's a paradise, and it's a war zone. God, this guy's battling. Shit. Make a play. All right, good job. Stuff at bat. If Holton gets this guy, I think he goes back out again. They will have. Is Kafis the 9-hitter? Kafis is 8, but Rocchio's. Yeah, you're probably right, dude. They probably want him to face Quan. And Valera. I mean, it's all lefties, so they might. Yeah. Strike. All right, let's go finish this guy. Ugh. Don't let him go 2. All right. Ramirez a switch. Yeah, I think he's better from the left side. I could be wrong. That's a tough take. He's locating, though. That's where he wanted that. Strike. Attaboy. Come on, finish this fuck. Come on. All right, good job. Leave Quan in for Holton. I think they will. Yeah. Who's due up right now? It's Perez. Dang. Okay. No, Rocchio just hit. Quan didn't just hit. Regardless, that's a really good job by Holton, man. Holton's been very good as of late. Yeah, well, he has good numbers against Cleveland. He was really good against Cleveland. Which is strange because last season against Cleveland in the postseason, he really struggled. He ran out of gas, though. I mean, we relied on him so much. I mean, that was a legendary run. Holton went about 3 months a year ago where he gave up like a run over like 30 innings. It was as good a stretch that, and he was starting games, he was closing games. Yeah, I gotta check because it was in the middle of June. He just got hot. Yeah, he had a run from June. It's 47 innings from June. That's down. 29th to August 17th. Or I'm sorry, September 17th. 47 and a third innings. He gave up 2 runs. It's a 0.38 ERA. That's up. Up. All right. I'll take a walk here. It's 3-1, right? Not 2-1. Yeah. Fuck. That's the count you want. That's 3-1. That's a fastball down the dick. He just missed it. He's been getting bullied with fastballs the last few weeks. That's to me the number one sign a guy is struggling. It's just like you're getting your pitch and you're just not hitting it. Fuck. That was ball 4. Good pitch. It's up. Getting in good counts. Architect. Again, another full count. That would be some unbelievable redemption for Z-Mac if he could go deep after getting thrown out. I feel like he hasn't gone deep in a while. That's down. That's down. That's good at bat. Yeah. Good job. Now, you can't really put Ding in motion here. Z-Mac does hit lefties well. Big reason why he's still in the game right now and not pinch hitting for Ibanez. Strike. That's up. Spotted that one right away. Strike. Fuck. Battle. All right. It's nothing complicated. It's just fastballs. I didn't even see who they were bringing in. That was my mistake. Oh, it's fucking Gaddis. All right. Hold 2. Parker, you're up. Man, what a remarkable showing by Javi Baez in this series so far. That's down. All right. Damn it. Braylon, they're not going to get rid of Parker. Next year will be his last chance to prove that he's got it, because he wasn't healthy in spring training this year. There's been a lot of stops and starts, but even when he's played, I don't know how healthy he is, but you know what? You're batting him at the top of the order in the postseason, so I got to assume that you're in a pretty good place, physically. This is something that I've talked about for a long time. The last time this team, even when we've been good, the last time this team had a legitimate leadoff hitter was Ian Kinsler. Ian Kinsler's last year here was 2017. I love Kinsey. He's one of my favorite Tigers ever, but it's just like, that is such a killer. The amount of pressure, we've seen it with Quan, the amount of pressure that you put on other teams when you can start a game with a double or a single and a stolen base or a home run, it's where I actually have to give Colt Keith some credit, which is Colt's not a leadoff hitter. Colt seemed like he was the only guy who was comfortable hitting leadoff at all, and he was forced into that role. Sorry, I'm getting a text. I got to read the text. Okay. You got it. Okay. Every time they put it in play, I'm worried it's going to be some bullshit. Like, I thought that was going to drop in left field. See, done. Man, that might be a career best outing by Tyler Holton. That was a really incredible job by Holton, man. I mean, it looked like last year's Holton. Now, what is it, the 6th? I mean, I don't know what his plan is, but I think he's going to try to get 5 from Finnegan here. I think he wants to give Finnegan the heart of their order. And They're pinch hitting, it looks like. Rodriguez for do I think we see Melton today? It's possible. It's possible. Tough position for the rookie. I mean, Jesus. This is where the deeper this goes, the more it favors Cleveland, just because you bring in Finnegan here. You know, I don't feel good about Canely. I don't feel good about fucking Seawald. Melton I like, but Melton's, you know, a rookie. I don't think you bring in Vest in a situation unless it's unless you're winning and it's a save opportunity. If it's extra, good question, Richard. Yes, extra innings in the postseason, there is no runner on second rule. Oh, so they pinch hit two guys here because they went Rodriguez to face Holton, and then we pulled Holton, so they went with Schneemann. So we forced them to use Rodriguez, even though he didn't swing the bat. Yeah, bang, splitty. Is it J-Ram? This is why I have no problem going Finnegan here. I'd much rather have Finnegan in this situation against J-Ram than in the regular season. This is probably a Canely inning or a Melton inning. That's a good splitter, yeah. Walk him. 3-1, walk him. Who's even on deck? Is it Manzardo? Yep. Fine. You know, AJ is usually pretty stingy about strike. And never mind. I was going to say stingy about walking guys, but but Twitter's going nuts about that one. You got it. All right. This is the inning. This is the inning, guys. I know it's the inning because I got to take a fucking piss. And this is going to be the piss that started a rally. Yesterday I got a good walk in after the game. Got to get up early tomorrow. I'm going to try to get some miles in. I mean, I'm already, 2.5 in. God, I'm at 13.3 yesterday total. Shit. Strike. Up. Did that get him? I think they got the jersey. Wow, what a gift. Told you this is the end. Just lean into every pitch. Yeah, might as well. Dude, remember, I think it was in 20 that did get him, right? Unless it got him on the elbow there. Oh, nope, got jersey. Yep, good call. It was, I think, the 2022 World Series. I want to say it was Maldonado got hit, and you could hear the ump. I don't know why it made me laugh, but he was mic'd up. He just goes, no, get back here. You fucking leaned into it. You fucking leaned into it. That's why also 10-year grudge, the Max Scherzer perfect game, that guy leaned into that shit. That was terrible. Absolutely. I think that was a 2-strike pitch, too. Oh, my God, Carey. Jesus. Look, that pitch has a nasty break on it, but that started as a ball. That's never in the zone, right? I mean, it's hard to pick up spin. I get it. He's just praying to God he hangs one. I mean, I don't even know if he has any approach here. Run it out. Foul. That was foul. It's fucking foul. What are we doing? Oh, it hit Thomas. Okay. Weird sequence there. No. Yeah, okay. Whew. Better adjustment on that, though. We got around on it. Still battling. They got a lefty warming. That's outside. Yeah, good take. Please don't swing at ball 4. Please don't swing at ball 4. Get through. Yes. Gonna go three. Get down. Well, no throw. All right. Wow, that's a heck of an at-bat, man. That's a heck of an at-bat. It's Torque, right? Riley's on deck. Why are they showing Riley? It's Torque, right? Come on, buddy. Oh, God. God, just give him one moment, man, please. All right, good take. Good job. I'm not a religious man, guys, but I am praying to Batman. I'm praying to who's ever up there. Galactus, whatever you got. Dude, don't get to 2 strikes. We know what happens when you fucking get to 2 strikes. Just lift something, please. What's up? Good take. How many fucking times is he going to do that? I don't know, man. I mean, it's unbelievable how many times he does that with the dip shoulder and the fucking pop-ups. Jemai is hitting for Riley. This is coming from Stavenhagen. Look, man, Jemai's been seeing it well. Jemai's been seeing it well. This is risky. This is risky. You know, I really didn't like it when we were a bad team. But this is outside. All right. This is so stressful. Oh, my God. Okay. Fuck. You know, he's going to try to be a hero here. Who's on deck? Pretzel. Down. All right. Oh, that's down. Come on. That's fucking horrible. It's fucking horrible. That's fucking horrible. Unbelievable, man. Had it, man. Had it. Just fucking get it over with, please.
I don't know what to say, guys. I'll preach until the end of time that squaring up a baseball and hitting a baseball at the major league level is the hardest thing to do in sports. With that said, if you give a team, a major league team, long enough, just solely based on the laws of probability, even on accident, that they'd come through one time. You know, if you had some fucking huge dork who went around and asked every supermodel in the world out on a date, he'd get struck down probably a million times. But there's so many people in this world that one would eventually be like, fuck it. There is no, fuck it with this team. It could be the top of the order. It could be the middle of the order. It could be the bottom of the order. They don't have it. They just don't have it. And if we lose this game, we are not winning tomorrow. Because this has been one opportunity after another, after another, after another. You know, I don't think anything's going to change. And we can talk about what's ahead in the minor leagues. And I do think that you have to be fair and kind of separate those two things, what you have now versus what's coming up through the system. But these last few weeks have just exposed a glaring weakness. And it's that you do not hit in high leverage situations. You do not have the players that are capable of doing it. And I know that analytics people don't necessarily believe in this, but I think some guys have it and some guys don't. There's no it factor on this team right now. You know, I mean, how many times is Spencer Torkelson going to pop up? I've never seen anything like this in the sport of baseball. Forget about just the Tigers. I've never seen anything like this in sports. You know, when we were bad, we would just get shut down. We just would get guys on. And now we're just swinging at everything. I honestly, I feel like I'm going to fucking pass out. Move the runner at least. Oh, he was running on that. Okay, good job. I should have known that. Okay, now they're going to go. This is smart. They're going to go lefty probably against Parker. Do they have a lefty? I figured it was going to be Cade here, yeah. That seventh inning took something out of me. I mean, I didn't pace myself well for this game. I came in too hot. Who gets the 8th for us? Strike. You're probably right. It's probably Canley. Great. Outside. Got 621 OPS. He's your fucking leadoff hitter. Jesus. So far behind that fastball. Yeah. It is the bottom of their order.
It's Melton. Get through this inning. Just figure out a way to get through this inning unscathed. You got 2, 3, 4 due up in the ninth. They got 2 fucking hits. And we can't win this game. I know this isn't entertaining, guys. I understand. I know I should be saying more, but like I'm literally like I seriously feel like I'm gonna fucking pass out. You know, I thought yesterday took a lot out of me. This one, this has been the longest game I think of all time. It's just pain. That's in there. Yeah, it's a strike. I mean, I don't. People are probably going to criticize the Melton move. I can't really do that. It's the same thing that I've talked about for weeks on end, which is you cannot keep putting your pitchers in position where there is zero fucking room for error. Strike.
That might be 3. No, I held it 2. Okay. It's another run. They got to pull him for J-Ram, right? I mean, yeah, he's pulling. Would he walk J-Ram here? I mean, you put 2 guys. I think he is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. People are getting on the Melton thing. You really think Montero? You trust Montero more there or Canely more? I mean, those, and I don't want to hear the experience thing. You know, Canely's had experience all year and he's been crap. You know, and Montero can't throw a strike. I don't know. The onus falls completely on the offense today, and dude, I fucking hate PitchCom. Seriously. Strike. You're not going to use Will Vest when you're down. That's a good pitch. My God. They tried to fuck that up. He was on the bag, right? Okay, yeah, he was there. All right. It's a good pitch.
This is why I find it so foolish when people try to question the authenticity of my reactions, because I basically haven't spoken for about 45 minutes. I can't fake it. I can't, pretend like this is anything other than just agony. It's gone. Not that it matters, but are they sticking with Cade Smith? I mean, there's really no reason. Okay, they are. There's really no reason to.
Yeah, no, they're playing for tomorrow now. These at bats are. I not saying we'd hit Cade Smith because we wouldn't, but they're ready to go home. I can't. Yeah, you can't look, Zach. You can't, and I'm with you. You can't call it devil magic when they were hitting home runs. I mean, and I'm sorry, but even when they're at their flukiest with the swinging bunts and shit, we don't score. We don't score, so it doesn't matter. You know what would happen here is this would be our bullshit. We would like Ibanez. I don't know who's on deck, but it wouldn't be Ibanez. It would be like, okay, it's Malloy's hitting right now. Malloy will get out, and then Wenzel will hit a 3-run home run to create the illusion of something positive, but it's meaningless. It's like leaving a shit in a gas station bathroom just so a stranger can look at it. Like, you're not going to see his reaction. Who cares? Outside. John, having worked at a gas station for 2 years, I can tell you people do that. Trust me. 3-0. He'll take those. That's strike. Yeah. Good pitch, but that's strike. Yeah, you got him. Yeah. Oh, wow. They pulling him. Oh my God, just get this fucking shit over with. Jesus. No, they didn't pull him. It's still Smith. It's Dingler. It's still Dingler. Oh, thank God. Jesus. Fucking forever.